Okay, so then I said Iron Man because I was kind of matching
And
yours.
we're at number 6, 4, 5. Okay, my sixth guy. My sixth guy is Bishop. Doctor Strange is still on my list. I just haven't gotten to him yet.
Wait, I thought you already said Doctor Strange. When I said Doctor Strange,
I mentioned him, but I haven't covered him yet. Bishop is my next guy. He's number 6, and first because he's very strategic. He's very, he's a former cop. He fought against, what's his name, Apocalypse and the resistance against Apocalypse during the Age of Apocalypse timeline of the X-Men. I mean, he's very good at making judgments in the field. He's very good at leading troops type situation. Which, I mean, I have a lot of characters that can do that, so I don't know if that'll be a
you pick
good
like
or bad.
Your team's like all lieutenants.
Yeah. But his energy channeling, which means, and he can channel any kind of energy. I don't think supernatural energy, but any kind of, whether it's sunlight, kinetic, just particle energy blasts, anything like that. He channels it into his body, and he can store it almost like an internal battery to use as blasts or whatever later. Or he can just channel it into another direction, like into his body, out of his hand, and blast you with it like that. He's just very versatile defensively. If somebody's coming at you with like energy beams or whatever, he can definitely get in there. Or I only saw him do it once, but he walked through a room full of the laser beams, like security beams, and he just absorbed the energy from the lasers as he walked through, and so it was like he wasn't breaking them, he was just like redirecting them out the other side of them. It was really cool. So that would definitely be very beneficial if we're trying to do stealthy or very like secretive infiltration, anything like that. And of course, he's known for his guns. He has guns up the wazoo. He has some cannons that make Iron Man, I'm sure, jealous, and for people like that, just crazy stuff out of the future. Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. This is our third segment, right?
I believe so.
So we have the rest of this one, if we need to, a fourth one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you picked Bishop. My next one is She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah.
I almost picked her, but then I was like, she's so emo.
Okay, I picked her for a few reasons. Obviously, she's not nearly as strong as the Hulk. In fact, Colossus or Ben would have probably been, if I just want to shoot straight, a better choice. And it actually was between her and Ben. Ben, of course, the Thing would have been probably stronger. But there was a couple assets that she had that Ben didn't. One is she's not a hothead like he is. She was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So she obviously knows how to take orders. She knows how to work as a team. Being an agent, not only is she strong, but she's probably more... He's all about it's clobbering time, She'd be more of a strategic fighter, hand-to-hand combat, actually fighting, that kind of stuff. Of course, she's the regenerative stuff. So even if she did get hurt really bad, almost all my characters, I pick characters who would be very unlike. Like obviously, Nightcrawler could die pretty easily, but most of my characters, I pick characters who I don't have to worry about dying because that way they're just. But I just thought it was between her and Ben, and Parker picked Ben. We see Ben in so much stuff. She has the strategic advantage of being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent under her belt. And I just felt like she'd be a little... I'm not really a big fan of hers, so I haven't read a lot of her stuff, but I read enough to just know that she'd probably be more pleasant to like command than Ben, because Ben's like very gruff and very, I picked that. And I have more to say about that, but I'm going to tie it into something at the very end, because there's a something. Okay, anyways, I'll say it in a minute. So,
right.
Yeah, she'd just be a really good, tough, durable, good fighter, but she's also, I think, more versatile than Ben, because she could infiltrate as well as fight in a big army battle, as Ben couldn't.
And that green skin just blends right into the back.
No, I'm saying infiltrate, like she could be going through like an air duct, or she could be big air duct. She's like 6 something.
Yeah,
she's like my height or taller, I think. But still, she'd be a lot easier. Like you're not going to want to take Ben to sneak into the bad guy's lair. Like you could do that with her a lot easier, and have like a mini Hulk with you rather than So yeah. I substituted some strength for a more versatile skill set.
All right, my seventh person. We haven't gotten to our wild cards yet.
Nope.
My seventh was Doctor Strange. I mentioned him earlier, and of course, he's got that giant library of his, which he wouldn't take with him. But of course, if you have a book, then you probably read it. Never mind. He knows all kinds of stuff. I mean, Spider-Man went to him during, I think it's rain, when he finds out he's gonna die from Morbius, and he's like, "Am I really gonna die?" And yes, got it that time.
Didn't you do that in an older episode?
Did I?
You caught a fly and killed it. That's...
Yeah. There's a ladybug over there, but
Oh, you gotta go kill a ladybug on camera too?
I
Show yourself as a monster? No, I don't care about killing bugs. It's just
ladybugs are awesome.
I my pillows.
But he's of course he's very aware of stuff like that. He has that Eye of Agamotto who can scan things that I don't even know all the weird things he does. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, which is basically a period on the end of the sentence, kind of like the because his Batman statement.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the #1 most powerful sorcerer and magic arts. And I can even remember during after the Civil War when you have the Dark Avengers and the New Avengers. The Iron Man gets Brother Voodoo, who's I don't even think he's #2.
You talking about the Iron Patriot?
No, Iron Man.
Oh.
To check out Doctor Strange's house because all of them are in there, and Iron Man's sure that they're in there, but Doctor Strange has put up an illusion, and Brother Voodoo does this thing, and he's all like, the voodoo that he do.
I've never seen Brother Voodoo. I don't read those kind of comics, Jeff.
It was a New Avengers, but he's doing this thing, and he gets done, and Iron Man's like, "You're sure he's not in there?" And he's like, "As far as my magic can tell, but it's like he is the Sorcerer Supreme for a reason."
Yeah.
And so that's basically what sold it because
he's the Batman of magic, and we would want a heavy magic hair, especially going against Doom.
Because my whole thing is, you have Captain America's leadership, Wolverine's durability, and just die-hard fighter. Doctor Strange's thing with the occult and magic and whatever. Colossus for his strength and
let's try to wrap up the rest of this in this one, and the last segment can be talking about our strategies and stuff. So my 7th is Emma Frost. I know you don't like that choice either.
I do not like her.
She's like one of my favorite girl characters, and you don't like her. But
I don't like her because
But it's strategic. Let me just say, if my wife is watching, it's for strategic reasons.
Yeah. You already told me, so...
You know what, it's frustrating. If I ever say anything about, like, a girl character that, like, she's a cool character, she's like, she calls her my girlfriend, so, like, she to this day still because, like, 3 years ago, when Emma Frost, like, I first found out that she'd become, like, a good guy, and she was a headmaster, and I was like, and I talked about how she replaced Jean and stuff, I was like, oh, I like her a lot better than Jean. I think she's a better character for the team, she's cool. So she, like, calls her my girlfriend, because I said I liked her, you know, like, as a character and stuff.
My thing with Emma Frost is this. #1, she was evil, and she was probably the most sadistic, whatever you want to put in there, adjective to describe her. She was messed up.
She may not qualify for this now that I think about it. But now she's reformed, and she works with the X-Men. So I don't know.
The whole thing of... gets married to Scott, who everybody knows that Scott and Jean belong together, just like Peter Parker and Mary Jane, and yet she's in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, and honestly, she may not qualify. I don't know. I didn't think about that. I probably wouldn't have put her on there just because she may not qualify, but she's already here. I don't have time to find a person. For a couple reasons. The main reason is for her telepathy. She could open up a channel for us to all be able to communicate. So I could be commanding our forces, however far. We don't have walkie-talkies that can be broken, static. We would have an open line where we could all hear each other's thoughts, or however exactly. But she could like help communicate things. She could read my thoughts and then send it out to everyone else, that kind of thing. Also, she's telekinesis. So that would, that's a pretty cool power to have. She can lift, stuff and robots. Again, I keep going back to this. I totally want to fight this. I want this like huge battle with the robots storming Doom's castle. But also, like in the middle of like an actual hardcore fight, she can turn her skin into like diamond basically, and now she's like virtually invulnerable. I mean, you can break her, but it happened once, but it would be very rare. Now, the downside is if she does that, she loses all of her, she can't use any of her mental abilities. So if she went into like fight mode in a sense and turned into like Diamond and started fighting, we lose our communications.
If she was on my team, which she wouldn't, let's just lay that down. If she was on my team, she'd be someone I keep in the back and she does her telepathic thing, except if like the base gets penetrated like it always does and every kind of thing like this, she'd be able to go all hard, like diamond hard, and just be able to like smash heads until it's safe again. And then
yeah, and I pick her over Jean because you could argue, well, Jean could do the same mental thing and has telekinesis. I pick her over Jean. Well, because if she's Dark Phoenix, she wouldn't count.
Of course, yeah.
But I pick her over Jean for two reasons. One, I think she has a better personality for this. She's much more cutthroat, like Wolverine, compared to Jean. Jean would hesitate, and like we could all get killed. She would just like cut off Doctor Doom's head and save the day kind of thing. She's much more like Wolverine in that. Her personality would be more suited for war, I think, and the fact that like Jean, if let's say a stronger character came in, could end up killing Jean.
Yeah, because
compared to her, and then you'd lose your telepathy character.
Jean Grey, just as Jean Grey, not counting the Phoenix Force ability, she's only, I wouldn't even say she's like a 6 on the power scale, because she's not as powerful as Xavier telepathically.
I think Emma's probably stronger telepathically. I don't know though.
Maybe she struggles with the Cerebro all the time. She would like go into seizures and stuff.
Who, Emma?
I'm Jean Grey.
Jean?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, Emma uses it just fine.
Yeah.
So anyways, Jean Grey probably would have a better, she's probably better at telekinesis, but that's not really the reason I picked her. Otherwise, I'd pick that guy from the new X-Men who has telekinesis and can actually fly with his telekinesis.
She can too, can't she? That's why she has the cape.
She's never flown that I've seen. I've never seen her fly. But, so instead of like, okay, she's probably stronger than Jean Grey anyways, but like if someone breaks in and like Jean's surrounded and taken out, you lose your telepathy. Well, yeah, okay, so if Emma goes the diamond hard, yeah, you lose your telepath, but she can still fight and switch into a field soldier. So I pick her for that reason. Now, you probably notice a pattern. Oh wait, no, not yet. I won't say that yet. Okay, so who's our whatchamacallit? We don't have a lot of time here.
My wild card, and I counted a bunch of characters. I almost put Kitty Pryde because she's trained by Wolverine and all that stuff, but I ended up with Rogue, and the reason why is because her ability to absorb people's powers, memories, and like be able to absorb their life force could be like clutch. You get her in, and she's got super strength, super durability, and she can fly. So she can get in there really easy, pound open a hole in the wall, and if you're trying to get like a passcode from somebody, which I'm not sure if that would be necessary or not, you can just pull it out of their brain. If somebody's using their power and you need to take it, like they do with the Juggernaut and different people like in the past, you can just contact and take it away from them. Put them in the ground, on the ground, and whatever else. I mean, it could just. I mean, it's kind of like that hidden ace that you have hidden, stuck up your sleeve that it just comes out like at the very end, and there it is. Or if one of your guys gets taken out, she can take the guy's power while he's unconscious and use that.
Which would probably just unconscious.
Yeah.
That's really funny because she was like the first on my list, and I cut her at the very last moment and replaced her with Emma Frost. Because that was the exact same reason. I'm like, she can fly, she's super strong, and the main reason she can take out powers. Well, then I started thinking about who the villains are. There's not really, other like that code. I didn't think about the passcode thing. There wasn't really any villains for her to take powers from. Dr. Ock it's his technology. Doom, it doesn't have any biology. It's either sorcery, armor, or his brain. So she can't really take maybe his intellect, but temporarily she can't really take his powers. That weird guy, but you wouldn't with the things you wouldn't want his. He's weird.
Alistair Smythe.
Yeah, she's already stronger than him, and she doesn't need little things grow out of her shoulders to shoot little weak lasers. The Lizard's already been converted. Doc Connors. So you wouldn't really. That's the only way I took her off the list because there were no powers I needed to take out. But she was on my list because she could take out, neutralize the enemy, have their abilities, until I realized there wasn't really powers to take out. So wait, let's switch to the next segment real quick, and then you can finish that statement.